Civil Code of the Philippines, Obligation. Section 2, Obligations with a Period, Article 1193, Obligations for whose fulfillment a day certain has been fixed shall be demandable only when that day comes. Obligations with a resolutory period take effect at once but terminate upon arrival of the day certain. A day certain is understood to be that which must necessarily come, although it may not be known when. If the uncertainty consists in whether the day will come or not, the obligation is conditional, and it shall be regulated by the rules of the preceding section. Article 1194. In case of loss, deterioration, or improvement of the thing before the arrival of the day certain, the rules in Article 1189 shall be observed. Article 1195. Anything paid or delivered before the arrival of the period, the obligor being unaware of the period or believing that the obligation has become due and demandable, may be recovered with the fruits and interest. Article 1196. Whenever in obligation a period is designated, it is presumed to have been established for the benefit of both the creditor and the debtor, unless from the tenor of the same or other circumstances it should appear that the period has been established in favor of one or of the other. Article 1197. If the obligation does not fix a period, but from its nature and the circumstances it can be inferred that a period was intended, the courts may fix the duration thereof. The courts shall also fix the duration of the period when it depends upon the will of the debtor. In every case, the court shall determine such period as may, under the circumstances, have been probably contemplated by the parties. Once fixed by the courts, the period cannot be changed by them. Article 1198. The debtor shall lose every right to make use of the period. 1. When after the obligation has been contracted, he becomes insolvent, unless he gives a guarantee or security for the debt. 2. When he does not furnish to the creditor the guarantees or securities which he has promised. 3. When by his own acts he has impaired said guarantees or securities after their establishment, and when through a fortuitous event they disappear, unless he immediately gives new ones equally satisfactory. 4. When the debtor violates any undertaking in consideration of which the creditor agreed to the period. 5. When the debtor attempts to abscond. Section 3. Alternative obligations. Article 1198. A person alternatively bound by different prestations shall completely perform one of them. The creditor cannot be compelled to receive part of one and part of the other undertaking. Article 1200. The right of choice belongs to the debtor, unless it has been expressly granted to the creditor. The debtor shall have no right to choose those prestations which are impossible, unlawful, or which could not have been the object of the obligation. Article 1201. The choice shall produce no effect except from the time it has been communicated. Article 1202. The debtor shall lose the right of choice when among the prestations whereby he is alternatively bound, only one is practicable. Article 1203. If through the Creditors Act, the debtor cannot make a choice according to the terms of the obligation, the latter may rescind the contract with damages. Article 1204. The creditor shall have a right to indemnity for damages when, through the fault of the debtor, all the things which are alternatively the object of the obligation have been lost, or the compliance of the obligation has become impossible. The indemnity shall be fixed, taking as a basis the indemnity shall be fixed, taking as a basis the value of the last thing which disappeared, or that of the service which last became impossible. Damages other than the value of the last thing or service may also be awarded. Article 1205. When the choice has been expressly given to the creditor, the obligation shall cease to be alternative from the day when the selection has become communicated to the debtor, until the responsibility of the debtor shall be governed by the following rules. 1. If one of the thing is lost through a fortuitous event, he shall perform the obligation by delivering that which the creditor should choose from among the remainder, or that which remains if only one subsists. 2. If the loss of one of the thing occurs through the fault of the debtor, the creditor may claim any of those subsisting, or the price of that which, through the fault of the former, has disappeared, with a right to damages. 3. If all the things are lost through the fault of the debtor, the choice by the creditor shall fall upon the price of any one of them, also with indemnity for damages. The same rules shall be applied to obligations to do or not to do in case one, some, or all of the prestations should become impossible. Article 1206. When only one prestation has become agreed upon, but the obligor may render another in substitution, the obligation is called facultative. Again, when only one prestation has been agreed upon. When only one prestation has been agreed upon, but the obligor may render another substitution, the obligation is called facultative. The loss or deterioration of the thing intended as a substitute through the negligence of the obligor does not render him liable, but once the substitution has been made, the obligor is liable for the loss of the substitute on account of his delay, negligence, or fraud.